What's going on YouTube? Rob A here, and today we're going to be taking a look at LEGO Superheroes set number 76021, the Milano Spaceship Rescue. This set has 665 pieces and retails for about 75 bucks. Now this is the largest of the Guardians of the Galaxy sets, and it is their spaceship, and looks pretty awesome. As you can see, you've got a lot of stuff here. You've got a bunch of minifigs going on. Minifigs included are Star-Lord, Drax, Gamora, the Sakharon, and Ronan. And, yeah, very neat. I love the look of this, and it seems to be similar in size to the Quinjet, and that was a set that I absolutely adored. So hopefully this one will not disappoint. Checking the back here, you can see there's a bunch of cool stuff going on. You get another one of these little spaceship thingies like we got with the Star Blaster set. Looks like you've got multi-positional wings. You've got firing missiles, of course. You've got a sweet tape deck on board. You gotta have that. Looks like a nice little control room with seating for some of the members. Hopefully we can squeeze all of them in there. That would be lovely. And of course Drax the Destroyer, I want to say, is here. And of course Kablam. I don't know what would be making a Kablam sound, but Badoom with some flick fire missiles. I've never heard a flick fire missile make a Badoom sound. Mostly they just make meh sounds. But yeah, overall really cool looking set. I'm very anxious to put it together. I've had this sitting around for a little while. I just haven't had the time, so I'm gonna go ahead, get this guy put together, and we will check it out together in just a moment. Okay guys, the Milano Spaceship Rescue. And whew, this is quite a set going on here. As I always do, I'm going to start with the minifigs first. So let's kind of get the standard kind of boilerplate out of the way here. You get 5 minifigs in this set. I'll say right off the bat. You do get one of these shadow people, the Sakharon. Right here. And it is the same exact guy you get in both of the other Guardians of the Galaxy sets. So there you go. Get one of those guys. Got the fancy, nice little printing on the torso, and some good printing on the face, and of course on the back as well. And of course the reversible head. Those lovely reflective eyes. So beautiful. And of course you get another one of these sweet guns. Totally cool. Very alien, very sci-fi, very nice overall. So you do get that guy. You also get Ronan, I think is the pronunciation. I know this is like a cool, super hardcore dude in the Marvel Universe. I unfortunately don't know much about him. You do get also one of these nice little pearl bits. Very shiny. So just put that right down. And here is Ronan. There we go. And you can take off this cute little headpiece he's got going on here. Very nice. Very nice. Nice little dark gunmetal all around the edges there. And you can see him a little bit better. Here's the reverse side of his head. And of course, along his back. Yeah, very, very cool. And we can just pop that right back on. And he, of course, has this little hammer staff thing. I don't know what it is or what it does. Those of you that actually read the Guardians of the Galaxy comic may have a better understanding of all this stuff than I do. But there you go. And let me just straighten out this piece because I'm crazy like that. There we go. And we'll just put him off to the side. And those are your, I guess, bad guys for the set. For the good guys, we have, of course, our dear friend Star-Lord, sporting a different outfit than in the other set, the smaller set. This time he's got more of a sort of a suit thing going on, not just the coat with the coat hanging down along his legs. This time it's like a proper superhero uniform, I guess you would kind of designate it as. More nice printing on the back. His hair does not cover his face. You can see nice little Chris Pratt face going on there, and of course angry on the back. And you do get the Star-Lord helmet with attached hair. So you do get that piece as well. And you just stick that right on. And bam, he is Star-Lord. Yeah. And it also comes with these little yellow bits here that you can just pop onto his feet. And now he can fly around, I guess. I'm not sure if he really does fly. I don't really know the deal there. I know he's got some kind of propulsion feet, I think. Anyway, you get 3 of these pieces. They don't tell you what the third one is supposed to be. I don't know if it's just an extra or what, but you do get those. And it's kind of a bummer. I do wish they'd have some sort of storage for them on the ship, which they don't. But it's not that big a deal. And he does. I'll just do this with the minifigs because there's not really much to it. He gets this little thingamadoo hickey mabob jammer rama, and this he just, I guess, holds and does some sort of thing with. I'm sure we'll know more come August once the film is actually out. This is some kind of thing. It looks a little bit like the spark extractor from Transformers, but that's beside the point. There you have Star-Lord looking spiffy. Off to the side, Mr. Star-Lord. Alright, next up we have Gamora, the most dangerous woman in the universe. And she is looking lovely in her green. And it almost looks like she was meant to have a little more... pardon this, but it looks like she was meant to have a little more cleavage than that, and they maybe cut it out or something, but that's a little bit... I don't know, there's just a whole lot of green going on up there. So of course she's got the blacked out sides to indicate, slim waist, and it looks very nice. And I believe she's got the exact same, they all have the exact same legs, so the legs are pretty interchangeable here, but they all have the same kind of matching uniforms, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so she's got the same hairpiece that we've kind of seen over and over again, but this time it's got purple highlights on it, which is pretty nice. I would like to see maybe a new hairpiece used. Yeah, especially if they could come out with maybe another Black Widow minifig with a new hairpiece going on, rather than standard fare. But here she is with her calm face. She's got some silver detailing. It's a little hard to pick out with the camera, but you can see the light reflecting off of those. And then, of course, the angry face there. So, Gamora, very nice. And last but certainly not least, we have Drax, the Destroyer. And he's really interesting. Alright, so I'm going to try and get this guy as close to the camera as I can so you guys can see what is going on here. He has all kinds of really, really nice, fine detailing on his entire body, or upper body, I should say. And looking really cool. I love the skulls and the tattoo. He's got them on his arms, on the back of his head, and of course his back as well. Looking really, really nice. More skulls. And of course, yes, Drax is supposed to be green in the comic books. They decided to make him gray, probably just to keep from having too many green characters in the movie. But there you have it, Drax. Very, very nice. So let's take a look at the ship. Alright guys, so first up we get this little shadow people, or Sakaran, or whatever it is going to ultimately be. We get one of these little ships, And it's very much like the one in the Star Blaster set. This one's definitely bigger. It's definitely heftier. It's got a lot more bulk to it, and it's a lot more solid as well. You can see there's a little thruster in the back here. You've got some missiles, some proper spring-loaded type missiles here on the sides, as well as these little guys down here, these little guns or whatever. The positional wings that kind of go forward weirdly. Some kind of dish here. I don't know if it's a weapon or what, but and of course the kind of weird bloody looking pattern on the windscreen. You can open that up. Whoops, and I can fire that missile into next Tuesday. I think I may have actually fired it into my Zoids cabinet. That's quite a feat. But you can see a little display there, and that is not a sticker, that's actually printed. So very nice. You can take your shadow guy like so and stick them in there. Yep. And then you can take your Ronin guy and stand him on the front, I guess, or something. You can put him on the back. You can make him sketch a ride if you want. I mean, that's really up to you. But there you go. And give him the silver thing. I think this is an infinity gem, but I'm not sure, so we're just going to call it the silver thing. That's fine. And then you can do... It's very swooshable. I'll grant it that. I'm going to not swoosh it though, because my monkey fingers in trying to look through a camera lens will probably fire off that second missile, and I'll be very sad panda. So I'm just going to put this off to the side, but you do get this lovely little build. Alright, right off to the side. On to the Milano, and as you can see, it is large. It is rather large. And I wasn't going to do this, but for the sake of knowledge, because I want you guys to be so educated, it's crazy. For any of you familiar with the Quinjet, here is the Quinjet, and here is the Milano ship. So you can see they're very close in size. They're quite close in size. So we will put this away. Stupid heavy thing. All right. The Milano ship, very cool. The build is really nice, really interesting. Keeps your mind going, keeps your brain active. It's like it's got this crazy little bird face on the front. Yeah, a lot of detailing, and I apologize if I can't get it all in the camera at one time. But anyway, so yeah, it's got all kinds of little flaps and things that can kind of move. These I think are supposed to kind of stay down because they sort of cover a big hole in the ship here, but very cool. Even underneath, you can see they put a lot of work into it. There's all these like thrusters, engine things on the bottom, all this stuff going on, as well as these guys, a window in the back here as well, and some directional thrusters, which is very cool. They don't go out to the other side, which is kind of a bummer. They only go in, but you can still get a lot of cool maneuvering action out of that. These bits over here are actually ammunition for the various weapons that I just kind of popped in there just to keep them out of the way. While we're at it, I'll show you real quick. You do get a flick fire missile here and here. You just get little simulated ones up here, and then up at the front of the ship as well. But these guys are on little stalks, so you can kind of have them go out or whatever, turn them around. And of course, they are the firing, the little stud firing guns. So you do get those. And you kind of just lift them up to stow them or turn them around to stow them even further. So very nice. The little edges of the wings, these little bits here, are all adjustable to varying degrees. These are on ball joints here, these two larger ones at the back. This one is pretty well static, and then this one of course is just upsies and downsies. but still very cool. You got a little flappadoo going on right here. And yeah, very, very nicely done, very nicely built. I really, really did enjoy this build. And then, of course, you want to go inside the ship, so you can just lift this whole section clear off right here. And just put that off to the side where we can look inside the ship. And of course, you noticed when I had the minifig review, none of those guys had their weapons on them. That is because there's storage for all the weapons inside here. You can see Star-Lord's blasters clipped right up there, and here is another printed piece tile. And Star-Lord can sit right here in the captain's seat. Bam. There you go. Star-Lording it up. And of course there are two seats right back here for Gamora and Drax respectively. You get another clip here. You get the necessary Marvel superheroes are always into fire safety. A little fire extinguisher over here on this side. Toward the back we have another seat with Gamora's swords just clipped up here. And one just kind of tucked in because I wanted to keep this one free. And of course on this side, and maybe a little hard to make out, I'm going to try and do this as best I can. Yep. Go. You can see the equalizer, the tape deck, and over here the speakers for this lovely stereo system. That is flippin' amazing. I love it. I love it. So there's room in here for all of the minifigs except one, and that is of course our poor friend Groot. Has nowhere to go. Also this lifts up for no apparent reason. Just how it's attached. But you do get the nice window. So yeah, there's no room for Groot in here, which is a bummer, but I totally understand it because he's gigantic. So what I did, and what you can do if you have other sets, you probably have come across a couple of these guys just hanging around, a couple extra ones of these, and then you just find yourself a cylinder or something similar. I just grabbed one of these because I had them spare. So this doesn't come with the set, just pointing it out, but you can have yourself a little Groot, a little baby Groot, and you can just stick that, stick it up on top there on the shelf or wherever, and just kind of have it hanging out, and then you can kind of take Groot along with you, and then your ship shows up to where it's ever showing up, and then bam, you got a giant size crazy big Groot that's taller than the ship. So yeah, these are just things that you can do, being creative with Lego and all that fun stuff. But overall, guys, super cool set. I really, really enjoy it. I've been having an awesome time just flying it around my apartment, shooting at everything and everyone that walks through the door, which is mostly my wife. Poor girl. But you can, of course, get your Rocket Raccoon from the Nowhere Escape mission set and just pop him right in the back there. And then I want to say one thing. I do wish there was storage also for this. I mentioned these guys. I wish there was storage for these, which you can just drop them in there. That's fine. But it's kind of sloppy and they'll shake around. But I do wish there was proper storage for this thing as well. And I suppose you could probably clip it in here somewhere. But it would be nice if it had like a proper designated spot. Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Other than that, fantastic set. It's a whole lot of fun. It's nice, it's big, it's solid. It looks really cool. The way they put it together is very creative, very nice, and I totally recommend it. I think it's awesome. I think it's well worth your time and your cash. So yeah, as the movie grows closer, they'll probably have, sales and stuff on Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, and if you can get it on sale, even better. But I don't think it's a bad deal at the current price, and I think it's an awesome set. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I've got more Lego coming up real soon, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, thank you guys again. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.